There we go. Hello, VOD viewers. It's good to see you here. Fantastic. So I've kind of forgotten everything that we had going on here, but this is a hungering swarm from the last stream. We're going to continue this here. And it looks like we were going to have to deal with these joint expeditionary fleets and the tactical response fleet here. Yeah, they were coming in here. We just didn't have the war score to end this war, if I recall correctly. Yes. So they're at minus 10 reasons. And the reason why they're at minus 10 reasons is because they're going to attack us over here. Gotcha. That's right. We are currently in a critical resource shortage. Exotic gases, apparently. Sure. What are we spending the exotic gases on? Probably something on one of these worlds, if I had to bet. Yep, it's this research complex. So we're going to disable this research complex, and that should fix that problem, I think. Maybe. That should solve it, in theory. Okay, so we're going to need to respond to these guys, and where are our fleets at? Seems like we were pretty far out of position to be able to respond to that. We're also going to need to get rid of a couple of these starports. We're going to get rid of this one and this one, for sure. These guys could attack out over here. We have borders closed over this way, so we're not sure. They could go this way or this way, and that's pretty problematic for us, really. The reason why it's problematic for us is, for them, that's a couple of jumps. For us, we have to go all the way around like this to get there. That's problematic for us, for sure. We do have Nedum here. It's not going to be enough. So there is that. Yeah. We are on our way over this way with this fleet. This fleet is strong enough to fight one of these. Okay. Well, we're going to make our way over this way. That's okay. What do we have our other fleets doing currently? Okay, you're coming up over this way to Guher, and you are also going to Guher. Okay. We could potentially attack the 001 continuity. That's a very bad idea. Now, one thing that is a little bit strange about Stellaris compared to other Paradox games, these guys have their borders closed to us and not to our enemies. In most Paradox games, you would be able to still access this if they give one person in the war access. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. We're apparently lacking a scientist here. This guy is an expertise in statecraft, so that's actually completely fine. He can do that. And what else do we have going on here? We would need a new one. I guess an expertise in materials is okay, but we don't have the unity to recruit this guy. So we're actually going to pull this guy out of this ship. And actually, it doesn't matter which one. Spark of Genius is fine, actually. We'll go with that one. So we're going to be lacking a scientist in a science ship for a little bit here. But that's completely fine. I'm not too concerned about that. That is a-okay. This construction ship isn't really doing anything over here right now. Let's get that going. And this one is going to need to be building over here as well. Lots of locations over here that we can theoretically terraform. Okay. I think we have that exotic gas shortage dealt with, and that imminent situation should be okay, in theory. The hostile fleets are what I'm really worried about right now. So there's that. I want to take a look at this Starfleet here. Okay, in the Fleet Manager, we can increase the size of this fleet. How are we doing on our offsprings? We can actually get an additional offspring destroyer. And how many offspring corvettes can we have? We can have 10. So we could put in, say, what? 6 of 10. We can only support 8. Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure what's going on there. In theory, oh, we can only support 4 offspring destroyer-sized ships. That's, maybe a rounding issue? We might be experiencing a rounding issue here, where it's rounded differently in the two tooltips. Regardless, we're going to do this. And we're going to also get ourselves, let's see, we've got 14 destroyers here right now. I'm going to go to 15, and then we'll have 30 here. So we can have a little bit more. We go to 15 total, so that's 17, and just fill this out like so. Okay, we'll reinforce all of that, get that all building. Okay. Will this be a full 4 hours of Stellaris or just 2? For right now, I'm planning on this being a full 4 hours of Stellaris because I know that we've been having a lot of fun with this particular game. This particular save of this game specifically. I mean, if we run into some really weird issues, we could always switch a game. But for right now, I'm planning on this being a full 4-hour stream of Stellaris. So I say we go ahead and tick forward. This fleet will be a lot more powerful soon. And we've got 2 fleets coming up this way. So let's tick forward. We'll bump up to fastest speed. There we go. Fantastic. That is very, very good. Missing offspring nest on here. Yes, that would be the case. We would be missing an offspring nest here, and we definitely want to get one. There we go. Okay. Found out offspring ship amounts are tied to fleet cap size, so the more it is increased, you can build more. Yeah, that's what I suspected it was, but... Oh, this is now updated. 8 and 4. So I guess we just needed to recalculate this. Okay, not a big deal. Our power projection could use increasing, but yes, we're going to be attacked over here and up here, and we expect both of these stations are not going to survive this. That's okay. We're going to need to push these guys back, and it will take time to get there, for sure, but they're going to be pretty limited in what they can get over here, so that's fine. And yeah, they're definitely going to take Guher here. For now, I think we're going to chill out here. And then this fleet will also head to Acela. We'll try to group those up. I'm not sure which one they're going to head for after this. We'll see. We will absolutely see. Now, one thing I would like to do is... Yeah, our exotic gas shortage is going away. That's good. One thing I would like to do is get ourselves a proper science world. This might not be a terrible world for that. It doesn't have any bonuses for science generation, though. And this one does for physics research. So we should actually probably have this one, Zabine Prime, be our science world here. We could put in a governor, and that costs unity. For right now, I'm not too interested in doing that. But we'll head over to Zabine Prime, and we are going to just swap this from a forge world over to a tech world. Yes, we have our 2 industrial districts here. Those will eventually be purged out of here in theory. And we'll put in a research lab. That'll be fine. Okay, anything else up here that we need to know about? No. Sounds good. Are they just chilling in Guer? Okay, they're heading down towards Acela. We'll wait in Jishui. Sounds good. So this station is going to go away. We knew that that was going to be the case. That's never going to be a huge problem for us. Ah! We proved ourselves able to curtail aggressive acts. I mean, we were technically attacked here. This is a defensive war, remember. We are the defenders. So we proved that we can successfully not attack, and we are now able to attack again. So that's great. We're very happy about that, but we've mostly gotten the attacks that we wanted for the moment. Not to say that we're going to stop attacking. That is not going to be a thing. We are absolutely going to continue. The Schmortis Starfleet is, of course, awaiting the arrival of the Lumelius. And we have our Admiral up here right now. That's absolutely fine. So as far as our unity goes, we obviously need a lot more unity. That is definitely a thing that we need. The Pompolis has its reinforcements on the way. And that's completely okay as well. So they grabbed Dispad. That's not too bad. I'm reasonably okay with this. Wait, they backed off over here. So they're coming in to reinforce this region over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn around this fleet. I would like... Actually, there is this Admiral that has sublight speed increase. So this is actually really good. We're going to get this Admiral in here to increase the speed. And we're going to bring him all the way down over this way. And we're just going to use the other fleet here to go take back Guher. And then we're just going to station them there. They'll be able to just chill there and hold that. Another fleet? Or is that the same fleet? We're actually unclear on that. That is the Strategic Readiness Fleet, which I think we already saw. I think this is the same fleet that we saw previously. Okay, so we just got ourselves a civic slot. It's not that big of a deal right now. I think we are certainly going to go for energy siphons next, just to move further down that weapons tree. We can definitely get ourselves a civic slot here, and what do we want to go for? We're doing okay on food. Habitability and amenities usage would be pretty good. Empire size from planets, so is I think what we should go for. Of course, that's going to cost a lot of unity. Okay, we can't do that just now, but I think we should do that. Empire size is going to be a big problem for us eventually.
We have assimilated knowledge.
Okay, cool. So this is now done. We're going to go over this way, grab this. Actually, we can't grab this rare crystal because it's already being grabbed. We're going to head up over here. These guys have stopped moving. Head over to Lemsa, please. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go into Guer here. They went down into Beta Refuge. Sounds good to me. So we're going to take this station back, and we'll just station here. Should, in theory, be no problem. Now, we absolutely don't want to status quo right now. And we don't want to achieve war goals either. That will never be a thing that we can do here. Remember, we can't get to their home space, so that's fine. We'll just chill here, and that looks good. So we'll garrison this location, and we'll reinforce that fleet as well. As far as this fleet goes, I do want to increase the size of this fleet. We can take this up to like 30. What was the Pompless Starfleet at? 32? Okay. We're not going to have as many offspring ships in this fleet, but that is okay. We'll reinforce that, and as it makes its way over, we will get that done. Yes, we're going to exceed our naval cap. Yes, we're going to be concerned about energy credits, but we're full on food right now, so I'm actually going to sell off a little bit of food. Cool. So that all looks absolutely fine. Oh, they ended their rivalry with not us. Presumably so they can focus on us. I'm actually surprised that these guys have not pushed further over here. That surprises me quite a bit. Well, this fleet is going to take how long to... Ooh, deviancy? Gross. This fleet is going to take how long to get over here? The tooltip actually doesn't say. Okay. If only we had access to jump drives. That would make this so much easier to just jump drive over here. But we don't have that just yet. We lost an envoy. That's okay. We will get the envoy recreated eventually. Now, we don't have any anchorages right now. And we're not really going to get any. So that's definitely something that we need to think about. Our energy credit situation is going to continue to be rather dire. Although, do we have a policy for influence that we can do for, or rather an edict for influence that we can do for getting additional, no, for getting additional energy credits? That's not a thing that we have. Okay. We could definitely run a learning campaign and a war drone campaign if we wanted to, but we don't really have a huge need for doing those right now. So I think for now, this is okay. We don't have any edict going, though, so we're essentially wasting 60 unity per month right now. And I would like to get a thing in here. Actually, fleet supremacy doesn't really help us that much. If you eat machines, AI, and synth, you get alloys. That's amazing. I love that. That is really cool. I think we're going to go for Fortify the Border here. We'll grab that, and then we'll head into Guer and get this upgrading. I want these guys to be stationed at the Guer station. So that'll be fine.
Our construction is complete.
Okay, our construction here finishes. They're now attacking Lemsa, and we're going to head over to Weezer. They're going to grab this no problem, but they're not going to be able to push out of this constellation very easily at all. We can see that they have 6,000 strength there. We have more.
Technology.
And we have reinforcements constantly streaming in over here. So that's absolutely fine. Energy Siphon has finished up. We honestly don't need the influence. Auto-curating vaults are okay, I guess. We could use more Unity. That is definitely a resource that we don't have a lot of. Well, we got our debris researched over here. We're going to have a bunch more debris to work on, though. And that gives us our disruptors. Okay. X-ray lasers are solid. I wouldn't mind grabbing that. Shields are really good too, though, and we can get that pretty quickly. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll arrive over here eventually. Now we see that they have a second fleet back here. That's not shocking. You're on your way back? Okay. And we're going to head into the Weezer system with all of our reinforcements in tow here. They'll get here eventually. As far as this fleet over here goes, their reinforcements are on the way in as well. They've actually not fully reinforced yet. We're lacking a little bit. There we go.
Our hive is under attack.
Yeah, they're going to attack Weezer. That's always going to be something that they're going to do. Cool. So we're going to go in and attack the Joint Expeditionary Fleet here. And in theory, they're actually heading out over this way. We can grab this starbase very quickly. And then we can head into Asmar. That'll be fine. So they run away. That's okay. We're going to have to make sure that they are not in our backline. So we need to head into Asmar and get these guys cleared up before we can push in up over this way. We need to bank up alloys as well. And our energy credit situation is not the finest I've ever seen. I would like to get this fleet bulked up as well to being at 32, like this. Now, this is going to put us wildly over our naval cap, and I don't really want to actually get that going just yet. We're keeping an eye on fleet strengths up here. For now, this should be fine here with our station here. Keep in mind that, oh, this actually doesn't have the Offspring Outlook. We should... actually, I'm not going to do it that way. We're going to get upgraded to a Starhold here. I'm going to put it in this slot instead. So that'll be fine. Okay, we should catch them here, right? Actually, we didn't. After we're done with that, we'll head up to here. I want to chase these guys down. We'll get them caught eventually. And we have another fleet on the way in over here, so that's not that big of a concern. What I'm a little concerned about up here is supply line length, but their supply lines are actually much longer than ours. Remember, they're coming from here. So, oh, hello. They are over here as well. I didn't see them come in over this way. We need to send this fleet over to the Kerbal system then. Isval is not set up to be defensive, so that's fine. We'll just head in over there. Yeah, I definitely didn't see the Strategic Readiness Fleet come in over here. So they've got the Tactical Response, they've got the Joint Expeditionary, and the Strategic Readiness. They're broadly comparable to us. Oh, we don't have a leader here. We definitely need to get one. I want to grab... I mean, I like Unyielding. We'll do that. Okay. So we're going to pursue them up over here. I would rather not stay too far behind them.
We have assimilated knowledge.
So we are in the same system now. And it looks like we're going to actually fight them here. Good. We want this. And we shouldn't have too big of a problem chipping through them here, in theory. We'll take losses. We'll definitely take losses. But this is what we want. We want to bring them up to 100% war exhaustion. We sense prey. Delicious, delicious prey. 2.9k, 2.5k. Okay, they retreated. Cool. Now we're going to head up over here, grab this back, and then we're going to have to grab back this territory. Now we're going to have to come out over this way if we want to status quo this. They would now accept a status quo piece, but we need to take back this territory first before we can status quo it. We do have physics research that we need. Wormhole travel isn't the worst. We do have an unexplored natural wormhole over this way. I think that's the only one. Yeah, let's grab wormhole travel just so that we can see where that goes. I think that'll be absolutely fine. This station up here, we absolutely want to get our offspring outlook. And for now, I'm going to leave these 2 gun batteries, and we're going to put in a missile battery and a hangar bay.
We have assimilated knowledge.
Cool. So, are they bombarding Kerbal Prime? No, they're just sitting here. They're just sitting here. I like it. That's very good for us. We're going to need to replenish this fleet, of course, which we will work on.
New nest is born.
We'll grab back with him. No problem whatsoever there. This colony, of course, requires a offspring nest. There we go. Cool. We'll head back to Lemsa, grab that, then head to Despad.
Speak.
They're offering us peace. They want a status quo. Neither side currently occupies claimed territory belonging to the other. A status quo settlement now will result in a white peace without border adjustments. Oh, right. They don't have claims. No border adjustments. So we're not going to get anything from fighting this anymore. I 100% accept this. Done. So they're out of here. Wait, what? It literally said there were no border adjustments.
Our special project is complete.
Neither side currently occupies claimed territory belonging to the other. A status quo settlement now will result in a white peace without border adjustments. These are border adjustments. Very clear border adjustments. Okay. Well, we're going to have to go back to war with them to take those territories back. I'm sure that that will end up happening. We're truced with them for another 10 years, but that's okay. I mean, these aren't particularly valuable systems. It's just awkward. That's definitely not what the tooltip said. Now, keep in mind that we are running in Iron Man mode, so we can't go back. We can't change that. Under most circumstances, I would strongly consider reverting to the last autosave because it did something that it said that it wasn't going to do. However, we can't do that. It's not a possibility. There are these Gaia worlds that we would love to settle, but we're not in a position to do that just yet. Now, we need to get our energy credit situation sorted. These guys are heading over to Isval, and that's exactly where I want them to go. We're going to set their home base to be Isval. And we're going to send them there. I'm going to send these guys back to Kithvilas. I mean, maybe they'll return these to us in a little bit, like on the month tick or something, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. You should get the Unity Civic. That wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly, because it costs Unity to get, and we have enough to do it right now. Let's see, where's the Unity one? Monthly Unity, one mind? Yeah, I mean, I agree that Unity is one of our biggest limiting factors right now, so I think that that's not a bad idea. We'll go for that. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm definitely a little salty that it said that there was going to be no border adjustments. But there were border adjustments. Thanks, game. This is currently a nest planet, and this should really be swapped over to a Forge World. And I think we'll put in another moat harvesting trap, since that's basically free. We'll do that for now. What else do we have going on here? This Agro World, we could get tile blocker clearances. That's not really something... Wait, what? Saramo United Worlds. Oh, this is different people. Okay. So these guys are attacking us. Where are they at? That's these guys over here. The space grass are in this as well, it looks like. Okay. Yep, the space grass. So that's fine. We don't need to have these guys up here, the Schmordis Starfleet. We can take them on down, and the connections are over this way. We don't expect Vils to hold, but we can come down over here, and we're, once again, not in a very good position for this, but we can start heading over. It's certainly awkward, but sure. They can't go through this system here. You have a generator world, right? Yeah, absolutely. There's one right here. It's not much of a generator world right now, and in fact, we should build that up a little bit more. I was just starting to get to working on our worlds when these guys decided to declare on us. But this agro world here is fine. We don't need to do more agro worlds. In fact, we may want to grab a generator district. We can swap that later. Since there's an open job there, that'll be okay. This is set up as a tech world, and honestly, that's great. I think that we absolutely accept a tech world here, and we put in a research job. We're lacking a little housing, so a hive district would also help there. And that looks good. Now, as far as our actual ships go, I wouldn't mind checking to see if we can do some updates here. before we get too far into this war. We can absolutely update our level of power, and that's not awful. And that's about it for these guys. Okay. Now, we can't actually save these right now. I'm not going to change existing ships. We're not going to refit, but I'm going to cancel this destroyer. And that will allow us, of course, to modify this ship here. So this is all exactly as we want it for the time being. Our tech is a little awkward, but this is okay. We can go to level 3 shields. And we don't need this reactor booster, so we can put afterburners in instead. The Cleganator class. And then that is that. So the Offspring Corvettes now, these are going to be basically the same thing. And this is all, I think, completely good. Yes. Okay. The Offspring Destroyer now. And we'll bring that up to level 4 power. And we can just put in afterburners. Cool. And level 3 shields. There we go. And we can then use this to reinforce our fleets. Perfect. And we'll get moving down here. There's a space amoeba here right now, but we also don't know if they're going to attack us via this direction. Prospectorium under the Ceramo United Worlds. We should assume that they can attack this direction. That's not super far away from here, though. Honestly, this is a better location for us to fight in, although I really wish there was a hyperspace lane here. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, there is not. So this is what we've got to deal with. But we're going to take some locations from these guys, and this is just going to end up making us more powerful. This war declaration on us is a little painful in the short term, but in the long term, I think overall, it'll be great. We'll build a starbase over here, and we'll come down over here, build research stations, and then over here and build a starbase once we have the alloys after this next month tick. How strong are these guys? They are inferior to us, and these guys are unknown. Well, that's the Pithok order. These guys are unknown as well. We don't know too much about them. They're a long ways away, but the space grass is inferior, and that's great. We can see that they have some pretty powerful starbases, but we'll see if we've got what it takes to get through them. Hopefully we do. If not, we'll just try to hold. That'll be the overall plan. We do need to improve our energy credits. That is definitely something that needs to happen, but that is honestly mostly that we need to improve our naval cap. That is most of it. So to improve our naval cap, there are a few options that we could take. We could build ourselves, let's see, I believe, can we get away with sentinel posts for naval cap? No, those do not give naval cap right now. Okay, good to know. We could go for an anchorage, which wouldn't be a terrible concept. We could upgrade like this station here. That would take alloys. Or we could just continue to grow and try to grow into our naval cap. That's another option. Star Fortress research is now done. We'll grab railguns. That will definitely be what we want next. And I would love to come up here and research this. I kind of doubt we get there in time, but we'll see. Make some anchors on bases. Yes, that is kind of the plan, but alloys are, in my opinion, currently better suited going into our navy. But yes, anchorages would be a good way to boost up our naval cap. Absolutely. But right now, I'm much more concerned about, taking territory over here, increasing our strength. That's what we need more than anything. The AI believes that we are currently in a weak state, and I'm not necessarily sure that I agree with that. We'll get this offspring nest built. We'll see what the AI thinks once we actually start fighting them. It'll take a bit for our not really troops, but for our fleets to get down here. So the only way that they can come in is via Nunkey. And that's where we're going to go. What tech did we just get? We just got auto-curating vaults. Okay. Starbase cap wouldn't be awful. Edicts Fund and base intel level, though, I feel like that's a little bit better for right now. So we'll grab that. We're full on food. We'll sell off a little bit of food here to keep us afloat on energy credits. Cool. For now, we're not seeing anyone over here. 3.8k on this starbase. So there's the spacecraft starbases are pretty strong. There's no doubt about that. We have bonus damage to starbases though, and that's pretty great. This aggro world here requires a job, and honestly, I'm thinking about giving it a generator district. We're going to want to change that later, but for right now, our energy credits are dire enough that I think that we need that. So that should, in theory, be fine. Emphasis on in theory. Our fleets are on their way. We haven't seen any enemy fleets just yet. They actually have more war exhaustion than we do right now, which is amazing. Our fleets are not that far away at this point. Well, one of them is. This one is still quite a long ways away, but these two are both fairly close. Now we see a pretty small fleet come in here. The question is, do we have any additional fleets that is on the way there from them? That we don't know. We'll find out. This aggro world requires jobs, and to that end, I mean, we're pretty blocked by tile blockers here. We could go for an upgrade on the food processing center. That would require volatile motes, but we do have volatile motes. We're making 12 per month right now. So we could absolutely go for a food processing center, and then after that, we could try to clear one of these tile blockers like this one. There we go. That'll do for right now. Our fleets are on the way in, and for the moment, I'm mostly just banking alloys. Yeah, they're going to attack Vilth here, and they're going to take some damage from this. They are going to succeed in taking this over. Actually, they're not going to take much damage. This is a very low-level starbase. We haven't really focused too much on that yet, but they're not going to be able to push in past Upstoth. So this is fine. They did take damage. Some damage. They do have a cruiser. That is something to note. But our fleet is on the way in over here. We have a new contact. Okay, sure. They are very delicious. Oh, additional contact. Additional delicious. I love it. That is fantastic. You can have food. We don't want to deal with them right now. Okay. Closed borders. Yes, that is expected. And our fleet is going to come in here and hit Vilth very, very soon. We have reinforcements streaming in here. And eventually, we will be in position to actually do something about this. So we lost our engineering researcher. We should definitely recruit up a new one. These are all crappy for engineering research. It doesn't matter which of these we go for. We could have this guy go in. He has Voidcraft expertise. So we could recruit in, say, this guy. And then choose this one. Can't remove a leader on a research mission. Okay, so you can stop doing your research mission. Assign him in here. And then choose this ship. Assign this leader. And send him up there if he gets there in time. Okay. It was awkward, but we're all good. So they're just chilling here right now. This is looking okay. We're going to move in our army over to here. No sign of anybody attacking over here just yet. The Pithok Order is not actually in this war. So they may or may not send fleets this direction. We'll see. We are attacking the Great Spacecraft Mandate here. And this is not going to be a problem. We'll have this well and truly under control. There we go. So we've got two fleets here. We'll reinforce this fleet. And for now, they're going to chill here and repair. This fleet is fresh. So we're going to send this fleet over this way. This is a 3.8k station. It's going to be a little bit tough. Actually, I'm thinking we should just wait here for the moment. Let these guys finish their repairs, which they will be done with that fairly soon here. We can see here that their armor is repairing reasonably quickly. 95%, 98, 99, 100%. Okay, we're going to take these guys into Avexis then.
Technology conceived.
There we go. So, Edicts Fund and base intel level, that's nice. We don't really care about fleet command limit right now. We need naval command limit more than fleet command limit. So I think we're going to go for clearing this tile blocker. It's not great. We'll get this wormhole travel next month. And with that base intel level, can we see anything about these guys? No. Okay. I was hoping that we'd be able to, but no such luck. So we're going to come in here, eliminate this station. No problem. And it's out of here. It dies very, very quickly. Well, not like getting one shot or anything, but it dies quickly. We did finish up our wormhole travel, and I think that we should go for like advanced shields. We really need to be working on our combat techs. That is definitely true. There are the space amoebas off over here that we could eliminate. Just get them out of the way. Cool. Gonna bring these guys into Filth. That is behind Avexis, which is just fine. I think we're gonna replace this hydroponics bay here with an offspring outlook just to buff this up and make it stronger. That'll be okay. Cool. So we're gonna hit Pixis here very, very soon. The question is when exactly? Well, we do need to get these repairs underway here. Let's go ahead and enter orbit here. And we'll get these repairs going. And we can reinforce this fleet, I suppose. That's okay. Repairs are now done, or almost now. Now done. Cool. So now we'll go hit Piscis. Wow, that's very difficult to say for some reason. I don't know why. This is a 5K station here. It's got a shipyard. Okay.
Technology
sounds good.
conceived.
There's railguns done. We're going to grab cruisers next, and we are going to upgrade our ships here that are not currently under construction. We've got an offspring outlook there. We're making a couple destroyers here. We're going to want to upgrade these to railguns. And I'm actually going to cancel these destroyers. And we're going to upgrade our destroyers as well. Cool. So we'll get railgun level 3s going. Corvettes will get a railgun level 3. There we go. And offspring destroyers as well. Railgun level 3. Cool. Okay, now we can go into the Schmortis Starfleet and reinforce that. And we're going to hit this just as hard as we can. We know that they have one world here, and what do they have on that world? 254. What is our army strength? Our army strength is 360. It's not the fastest I've ever seen, and we should definitely forbid access here. There we go. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to go to Pala Orlin, and we are going to recruit a few new armies. We'll just get a bunch of them going there. And they'll be ready for when we need them. Then we're going to go kill these space amoebas. Cool. And we're going to enter orbit here until we're repaired. Wonderful. This fleet will get caught up quite soon, the Pomplus, and it'll head on in. The Schmortis is still needing reinforcement, so we'll continue to reinforce the Schmortis. And then the question becomes, this branches off quite a lot. How do we want to do it? I think that the answer is we attempt to take control of this constellation. We can see that there are 3 choke points. One here, one here, one here. This out over here is actually the Minarian Watchers. For some reason, I was thinking that this was Space Grass as well. It is not. This actually terminates here. There are 2 choke points to worry about. Okay. And then that's the Marauders. Cool. Yeah, I think this is super doable. I really, really do. So we're going to bring these guys in. For the time being, we are going to, while we're waiting for our additional fleet to show up, we're going to go bombard Beauty. It'll take a little bit for this 3rd fleet to show up here. That's fine. Okay, the Great Spacegrass Mandate is actually looking pretty killable in this war. I don't know that we can kill the Marauders because of war exhaustion, but this is looking pretty good. Clearing additional tile blockers? No. Naval capacity from soldier jobs. That is absolutely what we want right now. So we will certainly take that. The Giorpus Starfleet here is supposed to be merging with one of these. I'm going to merge it with the Pomplus. That looks right. So we'll do that. And once this army arrives here, we'll have it land on Beauty. How long will it take to get here? Quite a while is the answer. They're at 247. I'd like to get these garrison armies reduced in strength by the time they get there. They're traveling through that hyperlane. Okay. It feels like these armies move super, super slow. The Tepazoid Confederacy has gone away, and that's nice. We're completely okay with that. Okay, traveling through hyperlane. Sounds good.
Our construction is complete.
That is completely expected for our construction to finish up. We don't really have other things for these construction ships to work on. I'm going to disband this. Actually, no, I'm not. We can come down this direction. Okay. Perfect. So our army will arrive soon. And we, of course, have more being recruited up here. It'll take them a bit to get those ready to go, but that's fine. I want to check in on our capital here. Let's see. We could definitely get a generator district, but we're full on districts for the time being. We need 2 jobs here, and I think that what we go for has to be research labs. We'll get that on our capital. What else do we need? Anything? Nope. We're all good. Sounds good. This construction ship is not doing anything right now. We'll get mining and research stations. Don't want to leave these 2 energy credits on the table, or the 3 physics research, if we can help it. I'm absolutely shocked we haven't been attacked over this way or up this way yet. In fact, I'm shocked we haven't been attacked yet. That's a little wild, right?
Planetary infestation begun.
I feel like that's wild. At any rate, we're going to take our weakest fleet out over this direction. And we're going to see what we can grab. Scientist dies. And we are going to recruit a new one if we... Oh, these are all so bad. Okay. We'll recruit this guy, but he's awful for a physics job. Okay. I like that the Spacegrass joined the war as an ally, but gets eaten first for its troubles. Well, that's what happens when you declare war on a hungering swarm. Honestly. What did they think was going to happen?
Enemy nest taken.
Okay, so that's Piscus under our control. So we're going to grab these 2, and we're going to head over to Zipir. Fantastic. So for now, this station is fine. In fact, what do they have on this? Barely anything. Okay. That's
Our construction is complete.
an interesting choice. Maybe not one that I would have taken, but sure. This construction ship, I feel like, is now unnecessary, and we're going to get rid of it. Wait, that was a science ship. It's still reasonably unnecessary. I'll probably rebuild it later, but we don't really have any major science vessels, and we didn't have a leader for that one anyway. So I think that's fine to get rid of it, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think that's okay. But we will likely rebuild a science ship later on. Oh, they look delicious. I think we'll likely rebuild the science ship later on to be able to grab the bonus research from our tech worlds. So that'll be just fine. We will grab the Mestro station here, and we will head over to Cam Gloria, and then from there over to Wendell. Okay, still no enemy forces over here. I'm wondering what's going on over here with this border. We'll find out. I'm going to split up these units here, and we're going to take one out to Watige, and the other is going to go to Perseus. There we go. So this is looking completely okay at this time. We've barely seen any enemies. The Spacegrass is now considered equivalent to us in fleet power, but we don't see any of their forces. I'm wondering where they are. Camglaria has now fallen.
Our construction is complete. Technology conceived.
Okay, so we have that naval cap from soldier jobs. Ship upgrade cost and ship upkeep. This is a huge deal for us. We're going to take that. If we look at this, we're currently spending 252.51 on ships per month. So this is going to reduce our upkeep by 5%. That's going to be about 12 energy credits per month. That's actually not as big as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty important. So definitely grab that. Any more jobs to have built? No. Okay. Sounds good. So we are grabbing these locations at this time. We have Watige, and we'll head down to Lyral. So far, this is seeming completely okay. I still wonder where their fleets are.
We sense a hostile swarm.
I mean, that's a pretty potent fleet. Okay, so here's the plan then. We are going to move these guys, rather than going to Wendell, they will go to Zipper. And these guys are going to ignore the space amoebas. They'll also go to Zipper. These guys, as soon as they finish, actually, they can turn around right now. Do it.
Our construction is complete.
Cool. We should be able to fight this, I believe. This is like 16k. How close are they to heading in? They're a ways away still. Cool. I believe we can fight that force. The question is, can we get there in time? And the answer to that is, I sure hope so. I sure hope we can. There's one fleet going into Zipper. Okay, somebody killed the Leviathan. Good for them. It's like 30k in fleet power. That's not that big of a deal. So the Schmortis has arrived here. They're still on their way. We have 2 Starfleets here at a strength of roughly 14k. And we have a 3rd coming in. This is a huge deal if they attack us here. Like, this is a substantial portion of their fleet, and they are jumping. Let's go attack them. Okay. So we're going to take a bit of damage here. Our reinforcements are on the way. They will arrive here soon. And let's see what we've got. We're kiting back, which I like to see. That is very good for us. We're going to take heavy losses here, and our fleet is not here just yet, but they have now entered the fray. Fantastic. And you can see the starbase is actually attacking too. So that was really, really good. We're going to take these guys and repair. We're also going to need to reinforce this fleet. This fleet is fresh. So we are going to send this fleet down over here to deal with some of these stations again. But that was a big fight for us. That was very big. These guys are now inferior to us, and that's great. We're very happy to see that. We're currently full on, what is this? Just influence? Yeah, we don't really care about that. We're still on our way moving around over this way. This construction ship does need to get disbanded. We do not need this anymore. This one can honestly get disbanded too. We can go down to a single construction ship at this point. That's completely fine. So that's great. Yeah, this is actually going super well, this war. We don't really know what's going on with these guys. I wouldn't mind assigning an envoy over here to build a spy network. We'll get to work on that and see what we can get. So these guys are they actually able to repair here? They are repairing. Not very quickly, though. We'll send them back to Piscus, and they'll be able to repair much more quickly there. I think they're just passively regenerating. They are. So actually, are they passively regenerating hull points too? Yes. So in that case, I'm going to send them back down over this way, and we'll send... Not you. This fleet. Over to Umzara. That'll be okay. Yeah, this seems fine. I'm not concerned about this right now. We are below our naval cap, so that's helping our energy credits. That said, we're going to want to continue to reinforce our fleets here. This is a long ways away on our supply lines. There's no doubt about that. And we are currently at 66% war score, but there's absolutely no way that they will ever enforce a status quo on us in this situation. Unless they really don't like the Great Spacecraft Mandate. That might be a possibility. We'll see. So we're going to have to push in over this way, like so. And into Sridma. Cool. These guys declared rivalry on us. Seems safe. Like, this seems completely okay at this point. We can grab a tradition here, and we could take monthly food output. Our food output has dropped. Or resettlement cost reduction. I feel like dietary enrichment is the way to go there. So we'll take that. That'll be absolutely great. A raiding fleet down here, huh? Oh, and we see a pretty decently strong Marauder fleet here. Oh, wait, these are the Marauders, not the Suramo United World. So we don't want to go in here. This is guaranteed a dead end then. Because nobody can really handle these guys that's in this war right now. I mean, if we put our minds to it, we could. But not while we're at war. That's for sure. So we're going to eliminate this station here. We'll get through that reasonably quickly. We will, of course... Are you repairing? Hang on. What's going on here? Our last offspring ship in Sridma has fallen. So it actually killed all of our offspring ships here. That's rude. We're probably going to need to retreat that. Okay. For now, we'll just keep holding where we are. We'll have this fleet come down to Sridma once it's done over here. But yeah, we'll need to retreat this. 2, 1, 0. Okay, retreat that. Unfortunate that we lost all of our offspring ships there, but it is what it is. So these guys will return back in 2 years. A little under 2 years. That's not too bad. Okay. Of course, that does put us at 81% war exhaustion, but it's their war exhaustion that really matters here. They're unlikely to enforce peace at this time. Although I'd be happy if they did. We would get a bunch of territory from it. Not the greatest territory, but we'd get some territory. We'd want to get this over here if we could. That would be ideal. But we'll see. For now, I'm banking alloys, and I want to sell off a little bit of food, and I want to sell off a little bit of minerals, and I want to buy in some alloys here. There we go. I also want to sell off some volatile motes, but we're not going to buy alloys with that. That's just to keep our energy credits afloat for a bit. Let's check in on jobs. This is a fringe planet here, and we're just going to put in a generator district there. That's what we need more than anything right now is energy credits, and that's fine. So these alloys are earmarked for repairing our missing in action fleet, so we'll have to wait until that comes back. Oh, hello! Let's see if we can run away here. I think we can. We don't really have enough fleet strength here to deal with this force. We'll have to bring this fleet in, which, that's okay. We can bring them up to Zipper. That's a little ways away, but we can head up there. And what are all of these? Are these all space grass? I think these are all space grass. Yes, they are. Okay. Good to know.
Our construction is complete.
So we grabbed this, and we'll build that mining station. We'll head down here next. They finished this off, but we are going to get out very shortly. We're heading back to Zipper, and the question is, are they going to immediately pursue? The answer is yes. Okay, so what is their actual fleet strength here? They've got like 6.3 and then 8.1 is their total fleet strength. We have enough here to beat them, but I think we're going to have to back off of Zipper quick. And we can have these guys head down like over here just to be behind this station. Okay. We're going to leave Zipper temporarily. This is fine. We don't really have a problem with this. When is that other fleet going to be back? That's going to be back in approximately a year. Okay. Sounds good. We should be able to get it rebuilt fairly quickly. And we do have a bunch of reinforcements on the way over here as well. So that's fine. Now, this is interesting. These two fleets are leaving. This fleet is the only one going in. In we go. They're only sending one fleet here. So we're going to intercept this fleet. We'll bring our second fleet in. I'm assuming these guys are going to turn around. They're just sitting there. They're not going in. Interesting. I'm not sure why they're allowing this to happen. We just did a lot of damage there. Granted, we only destroyed one of their frigates, but even so, I think that we take these two fleets and we head into Umzara. See if we can intercept these two fleets here. That seems like a big deal to me. Yeah, we absolutely go in there. This agro world requires a job. For the time being, we're going to still put in a generator district. This generator world requires a job. We're absolutely putting in a generator district here. That'll be great. And yeah, they were just sitting there the whole time. So these fleets are going to get wrecked. And how much damage are we going to deal to them? We just got advanced shields, so that's really, really good. Let's see here. Barrier point defense? We could. I don't think it's hugely necessary here, but I think it's okay. So how much did we actually do there? We ended up losing 5 corvettes and a destroyer and an additional 5 corvettes. We technically lost more ships than they did, so that's exciting. But they lost 2 destroyers, a cruiser. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that combat. Joined after 69 minutes. What did I miss? I believe the traditional response to that is nice. So what you missed was we wrapped up the war with these guys, and the game said that we weren't going to lose this territory, but we ended up losing this territory regardless. And then these guys declared war on us, and the Great Spacegrass Mandate decided to join on in. So we are currently annexing the Great Spacegrass Mandate. This is a continuation of the Stellaris game from last stream, for the record. Okay, so we'll push in over here, go for their capital, or their homeworld rather, and end the war. Yeah, that is definitely something I'd like to do, but it's actually these guys who are the war leader. What I want to do here is I want to just take over all of this space, if we can, and get the Great Spacegrass Mandate out of the game by the end of this war. And then just do a status quo. Now, they would not currently accept a status quo, but they will eventually. We still haven't seen any of these guys' fleet, I don't think. I think it's just been the Spacegrass that we've been fighting against, which is awkward. I'm not sure what's going on with that. We're going to grab these guys and get them starting to move down here. That will be necessary. Oh, hello. Oh, right. This is the Marauders. I keep thinking that this is the Saramo United World. It's not. Okay. What is the fleet strength of this starbase? 4.9k? This seems pretty doable. We're not sure what the connections are here. So that's a question. That is absolutely a question. I think for now, we're just going to send these two into Elnath. Homeworld kills their war exhaustion. Well, the thing about that is, I'm not sure exactly how this works because the Great Spacegrass Mandate are not the war leaders here. The Saramo United Worlds are. If that works the way it does in a lot of other Paradox games, then it won't actually kill the war exhaustion that badly. But we absolutely do need to bring up the war exhaustion. But I'm not actually interested in exiting this war immediately right now. I don't feel like we have to get out of this war. I feel like this is fine. Like, we're going to get our our other fleet back in 6 months, and we've got 3K alloys banked. I think this is okay. I think this is absolutely fine. Spacegrass has some nasty star bases. Yes, they absolutely do, but the thing about the Spacegrass star bases is they aren't actually building them up the way they could be. Like, they have high-level star bases, but they're not actually that powerful. I don't know, it's kind of strange. I'm not sure why they're doing that. But that's fine. I'm completely okay with it. We're going to move in our army up over here. Our second army is going to get started moving this way.
Our construction is complete.
We finished up our cruiser research. Now, we're probably not going to go for cruisers in this war. We absolutely want those Corvette hull points. That's going to be very useful for us. So that'll be fine. We're going to take over Elnath here, and this is going to be one of their shipyards gone. So that's a pretty major deal.
Technology
Any moment now. There we go. So if we take a look at what they actually had on this. Actually, this is just anchorages. Okay, cool. We'll take anchorages. There's our ship upgrade cost and our ship upkeep reduced. That's fantastic. These are all kind of mediocre. I think we'll go for starbase capacity. Sounds good. Our other fleet should be back very soon. Ah. Now that has an effect on the landscape. The Pithok Order is the subject of the Saramo United Worlds. They just entered the war. That's these guys. I'm now much more interested in exiting this war. Okay. Well, we'll need to exit this war soon. Yeah, we've reached 100% war exhaustion. We can be forced to make peace, but they can't. I think for now, all we're going to do is we're going to head down to Grassy Star here. And, well, actually, these fleets are all quite weak. But their fleets are all here. They are quite weak, though. We're going to repair first, although that would give them time to repair. They're a lot weaker than we are. I think we win this. Let's see, 5K plus another, call it 3K, 8K total there, plus a 2.5K station. I feel like we win that. We're going to have our next fleet back soon, and hopefully that the Pithok Order are not actually going to do anything here. It'd be nice if they didn't actually participate. We'll see. So we're going to attack Grassy Star here, and what just exited here? Where are we? Oh, that was a one of their fleets. Their fleet that was actually repaired. Okay, cool. So now we're going to take their capital system. Now that means that their fleet is here, which is potentially awkward for us. But we're going to easily be able to take this over, in theory. This fleet is pretty damaged. Our other fleet is back, though. And where did that spawn at? Here? Okay. We're going to reinforce that fleet with all of the alloys that we banked. And that should be fine. Let's eliminate their fleets here and then their starbase. We're definitely taking more damage here than I'd like. Okay. Absolutely, definitely taking more damage than I'd like. But it looks like this is pretty over. They're currently at 70% war exhaustion. Okay, so we got that. We are now fighting this fleet here. They retreated. And that army. So we need to repair. That is definitely the case, but these guys are a problem for us because they are... Actually, they're going to Elnath. I expected them to go here and cut off our route here. Elnath is much better for them to go to for us. I'm not sure why they would want that. But okay. We're going to head up over this way. We've got Grassy Star under our control. Oh, nope, they are going this way. I thought they might. That would have been the best call for them. Absolutely. So we're going to head over this way, see if we can cut them off. Now, this fleet is replenishing. And Kraxma's not the fastest builder. We've only got the 2 shipyards here. I do want to exit this war fairly soon at this point. Not sure what they're doing making a circle here. Wait. What are they doing? They're turning around. Wait. They're not turning around. Okay. They're going in. But we have arrived. They wasted enough time for us to catch them. I'm not sure why they chose to do this, but sure. If that's what they want to do. Nobody threatening us up this way currently. Now there's a hyper relay here. That's interesting. That is... Where's the hyper relay? Here? Haven't seen one of them before. Cool. So, I mean, we eliminate this fleet. No problem. None at all. Hiding in vivid sight, huh? Minus 600 energy credits? Okay, I guess that's fine. It's not great, but we'll deal with that. I think we're going to go grab Ogma here. And then our other fleet is going to head up over here. We need to get our... Well, status quo is still at minus 30. Relative Navy strength, but they're not actually attacking us. So far, this seems fine. We're going to bring these guys in and land on gentle winds. 191, that should be doable. And these guys are going to continue heading in to Grassy Star for right now. This fleet will continue to reinforce. And I wouldn't mind repairing, or rather upgrading these either. So we'll get that going. This aggro world requires something. A job of some sort. We're going to put in a generator district because we still do need energy credits. So that's fine. This has definitely been a little bit awkward, but I think it's all good. We're going to head over to Grassy Star and enter orbit there. And we grab this, and then we're going to head to Elnath for right now. Okay. I do want to... Actually, let's take these guys up to Elnath as well. I want to hit Keenis and then head down to, like, Saramor Falmir. Take all of this and then head to here. And then come down this way and eliminate all of that. That might be a job for this fleet, actually. We'll see. I do want to get them upgrading first. Let's head to Kraxima and let's go into their ship queue. Oh, it brings it back to the top. That makes me sad. I wanted to move all of these upgrades to the top. I suppose what we could do is we could just do this. That was upgrades. Sure. This is close enough. Okay. This Corvette can be moved down. There. The upgrades are here. Perfect. So we'll get those upgrades done. And then we'll start this moving, because I do want to get it down here. So we'll start heading down to Lyral, and ships will trickle in after it over time. It's only 1263 strength, but that's fine. Both of these are here, and they're not fully repaired yet. We'll give them a moment. Any moment now. There we go. We'll head into Keenis, and there is a fleet up over here in Brocken. So we will have to deal with that eventually. What is the strength here? 2.5k. Actually, we can take our weaker fleet here. That's this fleet here. And we can send it up to Brocken to try to pincer these guys. I like it.
Technology conceived.
Now we can see that they're at Grassy Star. We actually do need to go deal with that. So rather than going to Keenis for right now, we are going to go defend Grassy Star. We need to hold this system. And eliminate this fleet, if we can. So we're going to head down there. We did get Corvette hull points. That's very, very good for us. We can grab mining station output and... Hyper shields? No. Physics research from brain drones. Definitely. Okay, so they've had some fleets return here. We can see that they are heavily damaged. Wait, did they retreat from Grassy Star? I think they did. Okay, we'll head back to Keenis then. They retreated. I like it. Diplomatic insult is unsurprising. in all honesty. And we'll head into Brocken, and we catch them right here. We should have no trouble eliminating this force. I like how only the space grass is in this war, which makes this a super doable war for us. Like, super doable. I don't want these guys to retreat, although, actually, I think we just go ahead and take this. If they retreat, they go back to Canis, where we have them pincered. No problem. So we'll eliminate this station. No problem here. Make a base in the system next to the subject nation. You mean here? We can't do that right now. There's space amoebas there, and we'd have to survey it. If you mean this one, they already have a base there. So, yeah, it's not really a huge option right now. We will make a base there eventually, but it's not a huge priority. Okay, we've invaded in Elnath. That's wonderful. So we will eliminate this force here. Perfect. And we'll head down to Canis. There we go. We'll get this eliminated. We've definitely taken some hits in this war, but honestly, the fact that neither of these are actually participating in this war is so good for us. Like, this is amazingly good. We finished up in Elnath, and we're going to head up to Canis, and we will take a Grasping Branch. What do they got there? 191 should be okay. There's also Round Nut here, and that is actually 96. So we will take them over to, instead, which army was this? This one. We'll take them to Round Nut. These guys will need to come out over this way. Are we still creating Impala Orlin? Are we creating armies still? There is one more coming in. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to grab these two and head to Saramor. And there's very little left that the Space Grass can do. They do have a construction ship down over here. That's kind of funny. Sure. We're continuing to reinforce this fleet. And they are at 90% war score, or rather, war exhaustion. 12 reasons at this point to not accept this peace deal. And we're just going to keep taking territory. We are just going to keep taking territory. So they actually attack us here. That's an interesting call. Not one that I would have made. They're sacrificing the Grass Nation. That's what it feels like, absolutely. But this is just going to make us a lot stronger. Like, I don't understand what they think they are gaining from this. They declared this war. This is defensive. We did not declare this. So, this is fine. Okay, we will send one of our forces, our weaker force, over to Falmir. Our stronger force, we're just going to leave here for right now. Now, this is a pulsar, so we don't have any shields here. But that's okay. We will continue to reinforce this fleet. And we're going to come down here, take these. And the Grass Nation will be gone very soon. We finished our invasion of Round Nut, and we will go land on Grasping Branch next. Now, we don't have an Offspring Nest on Gentle Winds, and that is definitely something that we should remember to do. There we go. Cool. The other nations might not want to touch grass. Yes, that's definitely what's happening here. I'm certain of it. So we'll grab this, and this is absolutely beautiful. Like, this is going amazingly well. We're going to head back to Saramor. And we're going to park both of these right at the jump point. This is the last place where they have things. We're going to head into Grassy Star here, take their capital. They're at 93% war exhaustion right now. Like, this is pretty over for them. Even if these guys decide to start attacking at this point, like, we can settle status quo super quick. It's fine. So that's absolutely fantastic. So this one is, what fleet is this? This is the Schmordis. Okay. We're continuing to reinforce the Schmordis. And we are entering orbit of Grassy Star right now. We're going to take these guys on down to Grassy Star as well. Actually, no, we're going to take them to Saramor. Now, there's only 5 armies here. We do have other reinforcement armies on the way. And this is the last one that we built. So that's fine. These guys, what is their strength like here? 5K plus an additional chunk here. Okay, call that 4.4K, 4.5K. So like 9.5K is their total strength here. We've got them bottled up though. We'll be a little stronger once we exit the pulsar. I think we're okay to be patient here. If they leave directly into us. They don't seem to have access over here. So if they leave directly into us, and they fight us with like 5K. Not even. Like 4.5K. The other option is that they just sit here and do absolutely nothing. While we deal with these two, and then send our fleet up here to reinforce. Looks good to me. Edicts Fund? Sounds good. Yeah, we have society research available, but not anymore. Okay, what's the strength of the Schmortis? Only 1,500. We will have to wait for additional fleet ships to trickle in over here before we can actually attack this station. But that's fine. These are, at this point, pretty much ready to go. I don't want to pop in over here because I think we'll get pulled in and have to fight the station. That said, this is a shipyard. So they're like 9K. They are a little bit stronger than us. We don't have an offspring nest on Beauty, and we need to fix that. There we go. Okay. This construction ship should definitely get those mining stations there and then come build a starbase down over here. The Schmortis requires additional reinforcement. And that's absolutely fine. I don't see a problem here. Grassy Star is supposed to be falling here. Let's go invade Grassy World. What's their strength? 191? Yeah, that's fine. Cool. They're currently 6 reasons away from accepting this. We have additional reinforcements heading into the Schmortis here, which is currently at about 3K, and is going to continue to get more. We'll continue to reinforce that as well. Now, I think this is overall an absolutely fine scenario. I'd love it if they'd come attack us. That would make this much easier. But I think we're fine without doing that. The Schmortis is at 3452, which is not great, and it also doesn't have any offspring class. We definitely need to wait for offspring class. There's no doubt about that. We do need an offspring nest here. There we go. Are we building any? Let's see. Offspring destroyer. Yes. So that's good. That's just a regular Corvette there. And that's a destroyer. 33 out of 32 Corvettes. Okay. Delicious butterflies there. Let's split off one of these Corvettes then, if there's one too many Corvettes. I'm not sure how that happened, but let's split that off, and we are going to send that Corvette up over to one of these guys. So we could send that into, like, say, the Pompless. That's absolutely fine. But we definitely need offspring Corvettes or destroyers here for this fleet before we go in. That is definitely something that we need. And I believe we're building out of, like, the Piscus. No. Where were we building out of? Okay, well, that's absolutely fine. The Schmortis is now at full strength, so there's nothing more to put in here. We can now start reinforcing the Pompless. Cool. Building out of Grassy Star. Okay, that's nice and close. War ended with a status quo. Okay, well, I guess that's fine. We didn't fully eliminate the Spacegrass mandate, but they're very close at this point. And we can just have these fleets just kind of chill in this area for right now. I'm going to take this fleet all the way back up to, like, our capital. That's more centrally located. We're definitely going to need to invest in a way to get around. There's no doubt about that. That is absolutely the truth. I'm going to take this science ship, and we're going to start investigating some of these wormholes. In fact, we'll do this one first, and then this one. So there's that war over. They never participated. They just enforced peace after giving up most of the grassy nation. I like it. That's absolutely great. So, I mean, we're going to be able to take the rest of this fairly soon. We are currently truced with these guys. They have a truce with the Union of Sutharian Domains. Okay, that's kind of funny. But they have a truce with us for 10 years, so that's fine. Who are we going to go after next? There are these exterminators over here. We could definitely use getting some alloys here and getting our economy a bit more back on track. Let's see. Our capital could absolutely use a research lab. I would like to get some tech going. So that'll be fantastic. Our energy credit situation is grim. Starbases are a big part of that, and we can get rid of some of these. I mean, this anchorage is nice, don't get me wrong. We can offset some of this, perhaps. Well, actually, it's a module that's the solar panel network. Never mind. That isn't going to work. What do we got here? Literally nothing but a hydroponics bay that we don't need. I'm going to downgrade this starhold. That is unnecessary. Grassy Star is a shipyard, which I think is useful over here. We can keep that. So yeah, that looks good. We need about 7,000 alloys to fully max out again. It's going to take a little bit. And we're full on influence. No surprise there. But we will definitely get to work on getting this all sorted out. So, let's see. The Schmortis is going to Piscus. That's fine.
Conceived.
We can definitely put in shipyards here. That's okay. And we can grab a tradition here to take Survival of the Fittest. That would be okay. Looks good. Also, with regard to the 700 food, yeah, that's temporary. That is because we're eating the grass. That will change. That will definitely change. Next up, resources from jobs is really solid. So we'll go for that. Fantastic. Okay, sounds good. So next up, I do want to go after the Union of Sutharian Domains. I actually think that we're going to take... The Pompolis is going up this way as it is. We're going to take the Schmortis up this way as well. I think that up here is going to be where the next battle will really happen. The Valen regime, who are they? They're hegemonic imperialists. They might declare on us. There's a connection here and a connection here. Okay. We can sell off food, and that's certainly something that we want to do right now. And we'll sell off some minerals as well. And I want to buy in alloys. We need alloys right now. So we'll do that. We're going to run out of energy credits eventually, but we can make this balanced. That's fine for the moment. And we are going to put... Hello, console. We can't use you. This is Iron Man mode. We're going to reinforce our starfleets here. The Glondius and the Tumpus should not exist. I'm not sure where these are intended to be. We'll move you into the Pompolis. Okay. We'll call that good. And they don't need anything more, so we can just hit this reinforce all button. Cool. We need 33 more ships, and our naval cap is actually doing fine. We're not going to have a problem with that right now. That's great. We're super happy about that. So we've got one fleet down here. We're going to have one fleet up over... Actually, where were we sending these? You're going here, and you are going here. Yeah, that's fine. Autonomous mining drones, sounds good. Gas extraction wells, let's do it. We're going to need that. We're definitely going to need to deal with our energy credit situation. Yeah, the Valen regime declared a rivalry with us. We're definitely going to need to prepare for a war with them. I think that's very clear that that's going to happen. The Sutharians, I mostly just want to take back what they stole. Upgrade the fleet before new war. Yes, that is something that we will do. I'm building new ships with the new technology first. That said, we also can get cruisers. How many offspring cruisers can we have? 2. Okay, so we can put in an offspring cruiser here and an offspring cruiser here, and then just a regular cruiser here. It's not perfect, but we could get 2 cruisers here. And then we could put in another regular cruiser here and another regular cruiser here. So we need to design those, and we'll go ahead and do so. Don't auto-upgrade it. This is a hangar core. Do we want to run something like this? Probably not, in all honesty. I probably want to run like an artillery core. And then like a broadside bow. And maybe even a gunship stern, but I think a broadside stern would be the way to go for. I think that would be what we'd look for. And we would need to, in this large slot, put in probably a railgun. I mean, we'd want to put something different in later for sure. We'd do something like 3 mediums and then 1 medium like this to balance out our damage types a bit. Does Stellaris have an end date? No. Stellaris just kind of goes forever until you achieve whatever goals you want. We're going to put in advanced shields here to protect our cruisers and better armor. And I think we can also afford afterburners here. It's not necessarily ideal, but it'll be fine. For the Offspring cruiser, we're going to do pretty much the same thing, I think. A broadside bow, an artillery core, and a broadside stern. We'll put in the railgun and the lasers, and the advanced shields, and the armor, and the afterburners. Otherwise, all of this looks good. And there we go. Cool. So that is absolutely fine. So this is going to be what? A total of 240 for our total fleet cap? Okay. We're definitely going to have to bring up our naval cap. That is absolutely clear. I would like to get another, not anchorage, another shipyard here. There we go. We'll do that. We're the target of multiple CBs right now, and honestly, I feel like we don't need to declare war, and the reason why I feel like we don't need to declare war is because people are declaring on us. This seems fine. Seems completely okay. So we need about 7,700 alloys, as well as some gas, some exotic gas. We're negative on exotic gas and rare crystals right now. There are some rare crystals up here. And we are going to grab this here and head down to Hadnock. There we go. But with point defense, you negate enemies with missiles. It does counter missiles, yes. I don't have any convincing evidence that these guys are heavily using missiles. It does counter missiles, though. You are correct on that. So we're out of energy credits, and we need to do something about that. There we go. That is fine. I should have done that before that month tick. That is obvious. But this energy shortage will go away pretty soon. And for now, we're going to put in a generator district here to help with our energy credit crisis, which is kind of ongoing. Okay. So far this is all looking reasonable. We need alloys. Badly. We need a lot of alloys. We need some naval cap. To get more naval cap, we need alloys. And we need to build defensive platforms here and here. To build defensive platforms, we need alloys. What just happened? They're pathetic to us. We shouldn't consider them to be too much of a threat. Okay. These guys are equivalent. I think it's fairly likely that they attack us again. So that's something to think about for sure. Okay, let's continue to reinforce these fleets here. And we don't really have any exotic gases that we can claim on the map here, right? Actually, we do. One right here. There's also the LR9 Singularity. We should get that back. I'm going to construct a construction ship out of our capital here quick. And its mission will be to come up here, grab these rare crystals, build in the LR9 Singularity, and grab the exotic gas up here once we have that tech. That'll be the goal there. Our energy shortage progress is dropping. That'll go away in 11 months. That's a long time, actually. That is quite a long time. Well, this construction ship will be finished soon. In theory. There it is. And we're going to immediately send it out. build that mining station here, and then come up over here. This is not fully surveyed. So we're going to grab this science chip, which is actually coming to explore these wormholes, and we're going to tell it to come up here and survey. Perfect. And then after that, it can come down over here. Now, the She aliens just came through the wormhole, it looks like.
Our construction is complete.
Okay. We should probably look at talking to them. So we'll show the first contact, and we don't need the spacecraft mandate anymore. There we go. Cool. So, I mean, the spacecraft mandate is pretty dead at this point. There's not much more that they can do. We are building more shipyards over here, and I still do want to build more shipyards here. Now, this shipyard here, I feel like is unnecessary if we're going to have this one. So we'll get rid of that. I also feel like we don't need to defend Saramar. We're going to take these guys to Elnath for now. And we are currently out of what? Energy. Okay, that doesn't matter. We're well aware of what's going on with our energy situation. This tech world here requires a job. It is a tech world, so we'll put in a research lab. Yes, that does hurt our energy production. That's okay. This nest planet here shouldn't really be a nest planet. We're going to put in a generator district for right now. We still haven't gotten the option to research energy grids. Do we not get that? Or have we just been unlucky? I don't know. You need the energy nexus tech. Actually, I didn't see that until I was just talking about that. We just haven't had it. I've been looking for it. I don't know. It's very strange. Very, very strange. The actions of those outside the hive are indeed strange. Nothing more to do, really, in terms of jobs, so that's okay. All good. And do we need anything here? I mean, we've got the Naval Logistics Office already. I mean, we could put in a crew gestation chambers to spend less on upkeep while we're docked here. It's not a terrible concept. Continue to reinforce. We need 7,000 allies. Alloys, rather, not allies. Yeah, the Cytherians are able to do things. You had it 3 times in a row. Did I just miss it? I've been looking for it. Maybe I did. Is it available right now? Can we swap from what we're doing? Let's check. We're currently doing physics research from brain drones. Yeah, it's not available right now. Okay. I may just be blind. That's entirely possible. This agro world requires a job. Again, it's got to be a generator district. I don't love building generator districts here right now, but it's what we need for the moment. Once we get that tech, it will be a big improvement. Absolutely. We could definitely go for food here. That's fine. And we can move up over here. Go into physics research and find it. Yeah, it's not currently available. We already checked that. Not in here right now. And that's probably just a stream delay thing. Like, I'm pretty sure you're actually paying attention, for the record. We do need to take care of this Space Whale Matriarch at some point. Now is not the time for that, I think. What we need to do more than anything is get our fleets fully rebuilt. Like, that's incredibly important right now. We need 31 ships, and that feels like it's not a lot, but it actually is quite a lot. We also really need to get our economy a little bit more on track. That's a very big deal as well. Once we stop having all of these ships flying around, that's going to change things for us a lot. Gas extraction wells has finished. That is amazing. Glass steel armor would be very good for us. We're going to take that. The Elnath station has finished its queue. That is, of course, putting in a crew gestation chambers here. Cool. All looks good. They're currently surveying up here, so we need to get up here. That's definitely a thing. Okay. They look delicious. Cool. They are caravaneers. Very delicious caravaneers. Sounds great. Minus 118 energy credits. Of course, we do need to do something about that. We're working on it. Eventually. Anytime now, physics tech. 16 months on that one. Resources from jobs is actually going to be a pretty big gain for us too. We're currently gaining 504. So this is going to be like 25 energy credits that we get from just finishing this per month. That's not insignificant. It won't outright fix the problem, but it's a big help. So let's let this month tick happen and get that finished up.
Technology conceived.
There we go. So what do we want to grab next? Definitely naval capacity. 100%. Do you have stream delay added on your OBS? No. There is absolutely no stream delay added by OBS. This is only from the... is it simply the interface? The stream delay that's happening here, the way that it works, I actually see your chat probably like 10 or 15 seconds before it pops into the overlay for whatever reason. I have not been able to figure out why that happens. So that's added delay on top of the YouTube delay, which ends up being a fairly lengthy delay for the chat there, which isn't amazing. I haven't figured out how to fix that yet, but I can see the chat before it pops onto the stream overlay here quite a bit sooner. And that's just a delay that seems to be inherent with OBS. I don't know. It's kind of strange. Or at least the way that OBS does YouTube chat, maybe. But I've been trying to find a workaround for it. I just haven't found one yet. There may or may not be one. So we've got 606 alloys here, and that's like almost 10% of what we need. So that's good. Yeah, like when you said wow there, that one wasn't as bad. It seems to be somewhat variable. In that case, it popped in on my YouTube chat here. Okay, shame there. Okay, yep. It pops in on my YouTube chat overlay, and then it's like 5 to 10 seconds, but it's somewhat variable. It's like OBS only updates the chat in here every like 10 or 15 seconds or something. I don't know. It's very strange. I don't really know what to say about that. I even tried changing the chat settings here. If we go into here, I tried changing it to a custom frame rate so that it refreshes hopefully a little faster, but no, it just seems to be slow from what I can tell. But I'm trying to speed that one up. Hopefully we'll manage it eventually. After we're done grabbing these rare crystals, let's head up to the LR9 Singularity. 5,700 alloys to go.
Our construction is complete.
Okay, so we finished up in Piscus. That's fine. And at this point, none of our fleets are currently full. The Glondelis Starfleet is merging with the Pomplus. Okay, they should arrive there fairly soon. That's good to know. And I'd also like to think about starting to terraform some of these worlds over here. Like, for example, this Tundra world here. What would that cost to terraform into a tropical world? 5,000 energy credits. We can actually make that happen. We can sell off a few volatile motes here, and we can start terraforming this for colonization. So that'll be great. We'll get that going. The technical test stream never ended. It never has, and it never will. But yeah, see, like, I had enough time there to read that entire thing aloud and comment on it before it popped in. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it isn't. I think it refreshes on a set timer. I think that's what's going on there. But yeah, that's something I would definitely like to work on. Hopefully we can figure that one out eventually. But for now, it is what it is. And here we are. There is a little bit of YouTube delay, just generally, that we're never going to be able to get rid of. That's for sure. But yeah, here we are. I'm a little surprised that no AI has declared war on us, honestly. That's slightly shocking to me. I feel like they should have. Like, if they had kept that pressure on with declaring war on us, we could have been in some dire straits right now.
Construction is complete.
Okay, we annoyed something. This thing. A crystalline structure. Okay. Well, we have a fleet right here. We can go grab that. And in the meantime, We're heading over this way. That's an awkward direction to head. Can we head this way? It seems like that would be faster. No? Apparently not. Apparently we're going this way. Well, it's actually attacking the starbase. Can we, have we exited combat? We have not. So we're going to go down to Bolthor, it looks like. No matter what. But yeah, they're attacking the starbase here, and do they win? I don't know. But we're going to bring in our fleet. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, with regard to that, I actually have to be on normal delay because YouTube delay is what allows me to stream in 4K 60. If I don't stream in normal delay, it completely messes up. We found that out in the technical test stream, but the YouTube delay is completely separate from the OBS chat delay, which is what I'm talking about. The YouTube delay we can't really do too much about, but I do believe that we can get a fix for the OBS chat delay. We need an engineering researcher here, and let's see what we can get. Ooh, actually, materials. Yes, that'll be fine. Sounds good. We finish up our... There it is. Energy grid. Yes, please. We need that so badly. Yeah, thanks for the help there, but that's not the actual problem that we've got going on here. I do appreciate it, though. So we're going to head back to Isval. And on this fringe planet, what do we want to set this up as? This is probably another good option for a generator world. Our amenities are pretty hot garbage here, though, and really do need to be fixed. What can we do that produces amenities? Not a lot, actually. We've got Hive Warrens, which is a flat number of amenities, but a Hive District would be the way to go here, it looks like. A Hive District would produce 9 amenities, and then we could go for a Hive Warren, or we could go for 2 Hive Districts. That's an okay option, I suppose. Okay, we've got 552 alloys here, and we got that cleaned up nicely. So we can head up to the LR9 Singularity. We actually see that there's dark matter here. That's nice. That is absolutely nice. Energy grid hype. Yes, indeed. I'm very hyped that we're getting that. That is incredibly necessary for us. So like this generator world here, an energy grid here would help us a lot. An absolute lot. You just timed it. It's about 35 seconds of delay. Yeah, that's pretty much right for the YouTube delay. The OBS chat delay is adding an extra around 10 to 15 on top of that sometimes. So, yeah, on YouTube's end. Yep, absolutely. And there's not a huge amount that we can do about that, in all honesty. That pretty much is what it is. It is unfortunate, but hopefully YouTube, like, upgrades their tech sometime. I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath, but hopefully that happens. Not a whole lot to be doing right now, in all honesty. We can get ourselves a few more of these shipbuildings going. That's great. Plasteel armor is great as well, and just flat Corvette hull points. Yeah, I love that. That's a really good thing to go for. Everything that we're researching here is really solid for us. So that's great. I also really do want to work on our economy. If we can get positive in energy credits, look at all these worlds that we can terraform over to tropical and populate with mushrooms. Like, we don't need to be expanding externally right now. I want to build a starbase down here. We will, of course, require alloys to do that. There we go. So the LR9 Singularity is underway. I actually expected us to be further along than this. Okay, off we go. After we're done surveying here, we can definitely come down here and research these debris, and then we can come down over this way and explore these natural wormholes. That'll be fine. Yeah, reinforcements in transit, no problem. 4,444 alloys to go. Energy grid done. And after that, we will go for... None of these are hugely impactful. I think gravitic sensors. That'll be fine. I wouldn't mind going after these guys if the AI is going to just not go to war with us. That would be okay. We are negative on exotic gases, but we will be able to offset that here.
Construction is complete.
Okay. Now, this is all looking pretty good at this point. I'm reasonably content with what we've got going on here. That said, I do want to go to this generator world here, and I definitely want to put in that energy grid. That'll be great. Huh. That's interesting. They've changed this. It's no longer a percentage increase. I mean, we get that from the tech drone output here, but the energy grid is actually just a tech drone job and a flat +1 energy credit from tech drones. Huh. Well, I suppose the percent increase would be absolutely insane with what we've got going on here. Makes sense. Well, it's still good to put in, but it's not as good as I thought it was, but it's still good. We should definitely put in a hive district here for amenities as well. We'll go ahead and do that. Okay, sounds great. So we now have this fully surveyed. We're going to grab the LR9 Singularity as soon as we can. There's some Zero and some dark matter there, so that's pretty good. I would also like to go after these guys eventually. They're superior to us in tech right now, and that's unsurprising.
Technology.
But I'm not that concerned about it, all things considered. Gravitic sensors and listening post. We'll grab hyper shields next. Level 5 shields. I like it. That'll be fantastic. And we should probably think about upgrading some of these. We've got plasteel armor anyway. So we can upgrade that. The Hergoblop class. And the Blurpador class. Perfect. These are amazing names, by the way. I love this name list. It's so good. Okay, the Offspring Destroyer. Yes, the Corvette that we need here. We'll save that. And that's fantastic. Now the Cruiser. Save that. And the Destroyer. Get all of this upgraded. Again, you can auto-upgrade this. I just prefer not to. It's not efficient, I know, but I just like to revisit these designs periodically, and the upgrades kind of force us into that. So that's great. We should also upgrade our fleets. And we are going to go ahead and do so. It's going to be fairly expensive, but that's fine. The Schmortis will upgrade right here. And the Pompless will upgrade right where it's at as well. So that's fantastic. Those are going to be substantially more powerful after that, at least in the defensive capacity. We're going to get our next Ascension perk right now, actually, on this next month's tick. I'm surprised to see that, but sure. We would love to get an Ascension perk. So, yeah, we can grab Appropriation. Actually, we get it literally right now. And what do we want here? We could become the Crisis, and that is what we talked about doing before. Galactic Force Projection is another good one, but I think becoming the Crisis is the way to go. Everyone hates us already, right? And this will allow us to spend alloys, or rather minerals, on ships. Let's do it. We are now a Crisis of Spirit. We have a missing Offspring nest here. We'll go ahead and go for that. And we should grab ourselves a Society Researcher here. This guy will do, but we don't have the Unity. We'll have to wait a month tick here. We can now use the Existential Expulsion CB against everyone. We have ever outgrown our limits. A body begets a world, begets a system. Our growth must never stop and never falter, not in the face of adversity nor doubt. We will grow to become more. It is our destiny. So we get a special project. Something beyond reality. Do it. Cool. That is fantastic. And did we already get this offspring nest? Yes, we did. Cool. We don't have a society researcher, of course, and we will recruit in this guy. There we go. Perfect. We'll have that done soon enough. Do we now have access to our... No, we don't have access to our crisis ships just yet. That's good to know. We can have 2 offspring cruisers, 17 corvettes, 2 destroyers. Okay. Or 7 destroyers, rather. Okay, sounds good. It's a little bit awkward trying to split those amongst multiple fleets, I'll be honest. I wish that was like a per fleet count, rather than just a flat limit. Of course, I suppose if that was the case, people would just build fleets with nothing but those, but then you could do like an unbalanced fleet mechanic like in Europa with the cavalry. That's something that you could do. We're going to have to deal with our energy situation here, and let's go ahead and sell off a bit. There we go. And this agro world here, we will put in, I guess, a generator district here. We're doing fine on food for the moment, but that's going to go down. Well, actually, I think this is about our resting position here, or close to it. We've traced these stray thoughts, following the dreams of another, less united minds, and our purpose-bred drones. The impulses come from beyond the material realm. From a place powered by thought and emotion. This place has been justified... Wow, I'm reading this very poorly. This space has been identified as the Shroud, and we are certain that just as it influences us, we can, in turn, influence it. Cool. So, we have progressed. What is next for becoming the Crisis? So we're currently Crisis Level 1. And Purge is unlocked as a policy option, yes. Subjugation acceptance, plus 25%. That's pretty neat. And we currently have 45 menace. So, propose subjugation. Well, we can't actually do that because we're a devouring swarm, so that doesn't actually work. But this is definitely going well. We're going to need to attack these guys fairly soon, I think. Reasonably soon. We do need to upgrade our number of ships in this particular fleet. I think we will add in an Offspring class destroyer here and an Offspring class destroyer here. The Pompolis apparently doesn't have anything in it. Maybe that's because it's upgrading. I don't know what's going on there. That's a little wacky. All of these are, of course, upgrading right now. So that's spending our alloys. And that's fine. We'll have that done soon. The Schmortis is now complete. So the Schmortis is over here, and I think we'll leave it there. I want to take the Lumelius up over this way, because I do want to attack the Valon regime. I think that will be a good target for us to attack. They kind of stand alone, don't they? We're negative in food right now, and yeah, they're in a defensive war right now. Justified space equals the Shroud. Yes, that's... It's very justifiable. Absolutely. Yep, that's definitely a thing. So this upgrade will be done soon. The Lumelius is only 42% done. The Pompolis is going to be done eventually, but it's not exactly getting the alloys it needs. That's all currently going into the Lumelius, but that's fine. We do need more alloys, that's for sure. But our food situation is going negative, which I did actually not necessarily expect. This Forge World here is not really much of a Forge World. We'll upgrade to a Hive Nexus and call that good for now. But this Tech World here, we definitely do need to put in a Research Lab. There we go. And what else do we have going on? Not a whole lot. Okay. Well, we got that searched. Cool. And we'll find out where these wormholes connect. We also need to come down over this way. And they grabbed this, didn't they? How rude. How rude. Well, we're going to have to fight these guys. We knew that was the case. We knew that that was the case. But for right now, I don't think that it's the best idea to declare on them, especially since the Saramo might actually decide to fight us for once. That is a possibility. Seems that having a generator planet is better than the Nexus generator. Well, it's not an either-or thing, though. It's not an either-or thing. You can have the energy grid and have it be a generator world. And I believe that this bonus is also increased by the generator world bonus. So I think that this is a 1.25% or 1.25 energy credit bonus. But yeah, it being a generator world does give better than the energy grid at this point. That is true. That is absolutely correct. Okay, well, that is all fantastic. We managed to survive a couple of wars and expand quite a lot over there. We'll get this Corvette hull points in here, and exotic gas refineries might not be awful. We're okay on exotic gases for now. Crystal infused plating, we're going to go for mining station output. We need that pretty badly. And we need to get our economy a bit more balanced, that's for sure. Our food is going negative, our energy credits are negative, and that needs to be dealt with. No doubt about that. So, how do we want to end up doing that? That is an excellent question, but it is about time for a break here. So I think I'm going to scroll around awkwardly a bit and then go on break. And I will be back in a few minutes here, and we will continue with this. So let's hop on over. And by the way, this was muted. Okay, look at that. I finished the animation. Beautiful. You need to get energy positive before the next war. I agree. But I will be right back, and we will work on our economy in just a few minutes.